Hi, Twin Sisters. Let me tell you how I flipped the script on my own story. I stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't even hand me a band-aid. I got tired of showing up half empty, pretending I was full. And baby, once I got honest with myself, there was no going back. This season right here, it was my turning point. I stopped shrinking and started showing up like I deserved to be here. And now it's our time, our moment. Listen to me loud and clear. If it doesn't bring you peace, profit, a purpose, we are not doing it. Period. I'm your host, Eunika. Welcome to Unika's Box of Chocolates, our safe space for hard truths, bold conversations, and everything in between. And just like that, we are at the end of season one. Listen, before I take this any further, I want to pause and say thank you. This podcast was a vision I kept putting off. In season one, it wasn't just a start. It was a promise kept to myself. I said I'd finish what I started, and I did that. No, we did that. You guys, each and every one of you, Quinn Sisters, helped me build this safe space for us, and we will continue building as our tribe grows. Thank you to the partners, supporters, the real ones who stand behind us. It's hard. It's hard to be a strong man behind a strong woman. It's hard to stand behind someone who's still trying to find herself and reclaiming her voice. Thank you for standing with us to the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of growth. Which leads me to this. I need to give a special thank you to my husband. He literally lit the fire under my feet. He encouraged me, pushed me, and reminded me that my voice mattered too. And you didn't just believe in the vision, you believed in me. Thank you for helping me bring this podcast to life. I'm even more excited for what's next. Season 2 is going to be something else all around. Now, let's go down memory lane and revisit what we've learned together throughout the past 11 seasons. Season 1 was just what it was, finishing what I started. Let's be real, it was a healing session. It was a wake up queen, you got more in you season. This was my declaration that I wasn't waiting on perfect anymore, that I wasn't asking for permission. I pressed record, put myself out there, and took that leap of faith. What I've learned was done is far better than perfect. Whatever it is that you have in your heart, start it and you will figure out the rest along the way. Episode 2, self-care, the unseen side. We pulled the curtain back. Self-care isn't always about bubble bath candles or brunch with the girls. Sometimes it's breaking down, having a full meltdown, crying on the kitchen floor, and still have to wipe your tears to show up strong for others. Other times, it's making scary decisions for your peace. That episode reminded me and you that real self-care gets ugly before it gets good. Episode 3, they had excuses, you had hustle. That one somehow hit a nerve. I remember after posting that episode, I had a couple of calls from friends and family feeling some type of way about what I said. But I said what I said. If the shoe fit, oh well. To me, this one was for the grinders, for the ones who show up even when it's hard. It reminded us that not everyone is built like you, and that's okay. And please, don't you ever dare shrink your ambition to make others feel comfortable. Effort speaks louder than their excuses ever will. Episode 4, Sinners. I wasn't ready. So that episode was my very first attempt at making a spoiler-free type of movie review. This episode ended up being more than that. It wasn't just about judgment. It was about energy, opening your eyes and protecting your peace. I shared how I let the wrong people in because I ignored the warning signs. Discernment is protection. Remember this, not everyone deserves access to you. So keep your eyes open and be mindful of who you let into your circle. Episode 5, A Mother's Tribute. This was where I got the most vulnerable and really started sharing very personal things on this channel. I decided to give this tribute on Mother's Day to my mother while she was still alive, reflecting on how I wouldn't even be here without her sacrifices, and give her flowers while she could still hear me. And reminded each and every one of you to not wait to say what your heart needs to say. If you have anyone in your life that you love that made a valuable impact in your life, this is the time you tell them, not at their funeral. Episode 6, The Secret, What I Manifested. There we got spiritual. I told y'all how manifestation changed my life, not just in a fluffy way. I had to unlearn survival mode. I had to believe that good things could happen to me and for me and not just around me. And now I look around, my son, my peace, my purpose, my marriage. I manifested all of it. And I'm very grateful for that. Episode 7, They Liked You Better Broken. This one cut deep. I spoke to the pain of outgrowing people who liked you when you didn't know your worth. When you started healing, folks started disappearing. But listen, your healing is not a betrayal. It's your homecoming. If they can't take your growth, maybe it's time they exit out of your life. On to episode 8. It's your no season. There, I gave myself permission to say no. It was time for us to stop people pleasing, to honor our energy, because yes to them was a no to us. We've been saying no to ourselves for way too long. Episode 9, let that go. Okay, that one was a mirror. You cannot build a soft life with a hard heart. I have been dealing with major grudges sitting in my subconscious that's been hindering my growth. That forgiveness was a release. It wasn't just for them. It was the key to my own peace. Episode 10, straw. Don't wait until your last one. That was another spoiler-free movie review. And this one was inspired by Tyler Perry's film that just released. And to me, this one reminded us, your last straw shouldn't be the first time you walk away. You have to pay attention to the red flags, to the pattern, and honor your limits before they break you. Episode 11, Air India Flight 171, From Tragedy to Testimony. That one, we closed with purpose. We talked about the fragility of life and how we don't always get second chances. That episode reminded us to live boldly, love deeply, and move now. Because fate has its own plan, but faith helps us survive the crash. In hindsight, here are 3 major truths that I hope will stick with you. 1, your voice matters even when it's shaking. So, Queen Sister, speak, show up, and stand tall. Number 2, peace is a full sentence. You don't have to explain your healing to anybody. Hear me? Anybody. Number 3, start before you're ready. I promise you, the path becomes clearer once you move. Look in the mirror and say this with me. I choose peace. I attract purpose. I walk in profit emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I am enough right now, and I am just getting started. When I say this season, I wasn't sure which way to go. I just promised myself that I would just do it and see where it leads. And now we're about almost 6,000 subscribers. I just took that leap of faith and got out there. And thank you all. This has been reaching far more than I've ever hoped for. In season 2, we're leveling up, introducing the Unstuck Yourself series for another 12 episodes. Now that we've awakened, this isn't just about healing anymore. It's about blueprints, boundaries, boss lady energy. We're talking money, mindset, habits, relationships, identity, all of it. Still, no sugarcoat, no fluff, just real steps to get us unstuck and step into everything that's already yours. I am so excited. Let's go, Queen Sisters. Season 2 is calling. Hey, as always, thank you for your time. I'm your host, Eunika. I'll see you next time for more hard truths, bold conversations, and everything in between.